You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out. Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. You know, everybody has been asking all in the comments, suggesting what is Adam doing for Bricc Baby? You know, Bricc Baby in there fighting a RICO, you know, in there helpless. Adam a multimillionaire, suggesting that Bricc did this and that for no jumper, made it better, brought in a different type of crowd, a certain type of crowd, you know. And plus they're hearing Bricc Baby say little slick shh on the side. Adam ain't paid me my last check. I ain't seen the check. Ain't, you know, crying to Sharp, who is on there exposing the fact that, you know, Bricc Baby called me. He ain't got his last check. He's saying Adam ducking him. So Sharp making content off this, you know, the whole time. Now Adam didn't got enough of it. And he exposing Bricc Baby for, yeah, Bricc Baby, you owe. Yeah, you been borrowing money this whole time. Thousands and thousands, ninja. You owe. And now you start to see something come to life. Oh, what's coming to life, Soda TV? I tell you. That rug with a D at the beginning, habit, that 607 Ankh was saying Bricc Baby had, that Whack 100 was saying Bricc Baby had, that you can clearly see Bricc Baby has on multiple interviews where he and her slumped. Don't nobody need to tell you that Bricc Baby got a habit, whether it's lean, whether it's the fake yerks, you know. So you can see why, you know, Adam would jump out here and do this, man. You know, Bricc Baby been saying all this and that, expressing how much he done did. And the whole time, you've been borrowing money from your boss, you know, playing this friendly role, running up a tab, and ain't even paid a portion of it back, but now you got your hand out. Man, we gonna get into all the details here. We gonna hear from the horse's mouth. All I need you to do right quick is tap that like button. You know, I'm trying to get YouTube to recommend this video to a bigger audience, and that's what that like button does. So you help me with that, man. It's all love. Share this with everybody you around, anybody you around, anybody in town when you get a chance. And it's all love from Soda TV, real love. Subscribe to the channel. If you one of the people that gotta wait to see if I earn it, then we can do that. I just need you to keep your word and do it at the end if I earn it. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on everything I drop. Wow.
I put out a video about the Bricc Baby situation. There was some stuff that he said on stream, or not on stream, but on a jail call to his girl while I was away. I addressed it in the video, and I guess I'm bringing it to the table right now so we can kind of have a conversation about it. What was you guys' thoughts on this piece that I put out?
Well, my first thought was that I understood what you were saying when your confusion was like, damn, when I talk to you on the phone, where's this energy?
Right.
And then the next day you have to hear about it through third parties and publicly. I can understand your frustration there. And I think Bricc is probably just in a feeling kind of desperate, you know what I mean? Like his back's against the wall. The amount of money it costs to fight cases of this magnitude are fucking crazy. And, you know, he's got what, 5 kids? Like more? Four kids.
Okay.
He take care of more than that though. He has like a lot of people he take care of. So, the financial thing is probably really stressful. I feel bad that I can't do more for him. I already have I put about $100 a month to the side for my partners in jail, for Lil C, for Norm, for Ronnie Alma. It's not that much, you feel me? But it's what I can afford. So on my next paycheck, I'm gonna shoot Bricc another note. That's what I can do. I wish I could have more money for him.
For sure. And definitely, I think Friday we're going to do a music stream / whatever stream, just talking and stuff. And we're going to basically give that money to Bricc. And we're also plotting on some t-shirts, some free Bricc Baby t-shirts, so that we can raise some more money for him in that regard. I guess basically, I was trying to prompt a conversation with that video about the fact that I feel like I'm in kind of a weird spot because of the fact that he got locked up. There was already a sizable debt. I had let him borrow a pretty significant amount of money from my perspective. And it's I know that he looks at me as somebody who's got his life together and have done fairly well for myself over the years. But the truth is that No Jumper, in kind of a tricky spot. Obviously, we did the whole going broke narrative, had that whole conversation a couple of weeks ago and everything. But, it's a weird spot to be in because I wish that I could fully support him and that I could kind of make these problems go away. I wish I could just cop the boy a lawyer. That would be amazing. But realistically, there's only so much that I could do. And it's we went weeks where he didn't ask me for anything. So this is kind of all just sort of come about over the course of the last week. I felt like he wasn't asking me because I had just let him borrow more money right before he got locked up. So I know he probably didn't really want to ask me for it, but it's from my perspective, there's got to be a limit on how much I'm really expected to do for somebody who does podcasts on the channel, in particular because of the fact, and I don't think I mentioned this in the video, but it's Brick's case doesn't have anything to do with me. It's not, he didn't catch the case because of anything he did on camera. Even the stuff that did happen on camera that makes his case a little bit worse, like the fact that they pointed out that he had a gun in his waistline on his last time on the podcast right before they arrested him. I didn't know that. I never had a conversation with him about if he was bringing a strap to work or anything like that. But it's not like he got locked up defending me or defending the business or something. Maybe that situation would be a little bit different. This was purely stuff that realistically, almost everything that he's in trouble for is stuff that happened even before he started working at No Jumper.
Do you think that if he didn't have the $8,000 or so debt to you previous to this incarceration?
You put the dollar amount out there?
I did. I put it in the video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not, he said that he had.
I think me and Stoney just getting up to speed.
Okay, so in the original, when Bricc got locked up, I guess it was around the time he was first coming over here.
It was within the first month or two that he was doing podcasts on the channel that he basically got the feds running up in his crib.
Yeah. So he got busted then, and Adam shot him 5 bands, and then I guess recently you shot him another few bands. So if he didn't already have that balance, would you think it would be a different situation?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I would probably be more forthcoming in terms of trying to make shit easier on him and everything like that. It's just when somebody already has a pretty sizable debt to me, it's I'm just not the kind of person who's just going to act like $5,000 is not a lot. $5,000 to me is still a shitload regardless of whatever I got going on,
Well, especially it's got to be kind of weird when you have this relationship. Is in order to have chemistry on a podcast, there has to be a level of friendship, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you have this employer-employee relationship. So it's and
forever, it's always unbelievably tricky when you have somebody who's working for you and then you start to become friends, because there's a certain way that you would like to be able to act for your friends. And then there's a certain way that you consider it appropriate to act with somebody who works for me. And so that's kind of a tricky balance. And I see a lot of people in the comments who clearly don't understand that is kind of a precarious balance, because people will be looking at it, be like, oh, to Adam, everything is just business. And it's well, this is someone who works for the brand. So it's it is kind of business. And at a certain point, it's I have to move accordingly, right?
I mean, I'll say this. I've been in so many dire financial situations since I started working here, and I've never once asked No Jumper, you, or anybody affiliated with No Jumper for money in any capacity. Just because I feel like it will fuck up potentially the dynamics and the relationships over here if I did that. You know what I mean?
And especially when there's never even a discussion or any kind of like consideration about paying it back, which is obviously the case in this situation. Like, I don't mean to like rub it in or act like it's
So they know, like, oh, I got you on the first.
nah. And to be fair, I never brought it up, and if I had, then maybe he would have like tried to.
But when you owe somebody money, they ain't supposed to come looking for it. You're supposed to pay it back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But have you ever been broke and had a rich friend?
Never pretty
been
much
the case.
no to both of those. I never really had a rich friend like prior to all the no jumper stuff. I never really had a friend who had more money than me that I was like real friends with, like
Hey, remember when 607 Ankh was saying that he had called Bricc Baby over there, was trying to get him and Bricc Baby trying to get Bricc Baby to help him make some content, you know what I'm saying? Basically, not just kicking it, but we chilling, but we making content. We trying to make the best content. We trying to make genuine content. That's what 607 Ankh was trying to get on. He said that Bricc kept asking him for money. So he like, dang, money for what? But then he was like, okay, he see the whole thing. He gave in, gave Bricc Baby some money. I think it was over $500, something. You feel me? He said that Bricc Baby spent it all on yerks, the fake ones, and he was just in there done the whole time. They couldn't even make content after Bricc Baby, got, and then he spent the whole thing on it. Like Bricc Baby didn't spend a couple here, 100 here. He spent the whole thing on it, and was too HI to make content. And then then 607 Ankh was like, he checked around to see who all had some yerks, and he said Bricc Baby done bought up all the yerks from the whole town. Oh my soul, I got off on that. But I said that to say that this starts to sound believable and believable by the day, man. And I want to blame Bricc Baby himself, because here you got a successful white man who is willing to help you, give you money, whether it's front or whatever. He clearly got a heart for you, and you don't even have the audacity to give him something back and show an effort, pay percentages, even though I pay the whole thing back, or at least half and then half. But making the effort shows a person a lot. But Adam said you ain't paid back nothing. Instead he asked for more loans. That's when you start to think a person, I take it as a person playing me like a bee, you know what I'm saying? That stuff get real personal with me, man. But people like that, Bricc Baby, I hate to say it, but it's like you belong where you at, and to be lonely in there. Because believe it or not, most people that are cold-hearted, to be able to take and not give, not once, what I'm saying? That those be the only way they are going to learn something is from that hard way, and they need it a couple times, because the first time don't work because they're hardened. They can give a damn about you or whatever you got going on. Let me get that about to you. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't care that you just had 2 surgeries and your heart finna fall out your back. You got $5 looking at those type of people, man. And they just always got to learn lessons the hard way, man. But I got to ask y'all, man, do y'all feel like Adam owes Bricc Baby something, some type of support, something for what he contributed to the show? Or do y'all feel like Adam done load him all the thousands and stuff, and he ain't got $1 of it back? Adam already did his reaching out more than a couple times. More, he didn't did his support. Let me know down in the comment section. Along with that, attach that like. It gets me out here, gets the word out. Share this with family, friends, etc. Notification bell. No, subscribe to the channel before that. If I've earned it, and I think I did. I put a lot of work into this. Not gonna cap. A lot. So if you feel like I earned it and you want to keep your word, go ahead. You know, if you want to be a deep oosh bag, then last but not least, notification bell, keep you notified on everything I drop, and I'm out.